I had a premonition a week ago. I just was like, am I gonna be next? Okay. Get it together, Robin. Welcome back, Awakening Beauties. If you're new to my channel, my name is Robin, and here we talk all things wellness, money, beauty, and aging gracefully in midlife. Today I'm doing a get ready with me. I really wasn't planning to do any makeup content for the first part of this year because I've been focused on a low buy year. I'm laughing because it's very ironic. Let me just take a sip of tea here. I'm laughing because I'm not crying. I found out that I'm getting laid off. Found out just a couple of days ago, and it was very odd because I was editing that video throughout the week of things that we're doing to save money. And if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and watch it. I give some really good tips, which I'm definitely going to be taking this year, amongst other things that I'm going to have to cut out. But anyways, I'm going to get ready and I have nothing scripted. I just decided, because I have another video to record, I just decided I would record this get ready with me and talk about what comes now. So I probably won't talk too much about the products that I'm using, but I will definitely leave them in the description box and put them in a pinned comment below. Last year, I got these 2 stick foundations. If you know anything about me, you'll know that I love a stick foundation. So I got a lighter color at first, the 04, and then I got the 07, which is closer to my skin color. But I've actually been using both of them. I've been using the lighter color on like the highlight parts of my face where I want maybe to bring a little bit of highlight, and then the darker color blending like below it, or around it rather. This was very unexpected, although my company did do layoffs 2 years ago. It was very unexpected for sure, because I am responsible, if you don't know, I'm a fashion designer, and I work in the active sportswear industry. And so I've been actually getting into hunting gear and working on a big program for a very big retailer. I won't name it right now, but you know, think of one of the big retailers. And so it was unexpected, and at this point I still don't know the extent to the layoff. I asked how many months it's gonna be, because you know, this is budget cuts, and they said they would bring me back after like the next quarter when things turn around for the company. So I've asked if there's a possibility that I could go part-time, which I had actually asked them to go part-time, or at least down to 4 days a week last year, and the answer initially was no. But as we got closer to the end of the year, they were entertaining the idea. And we were talking about, you know, what would my pay be going down to 4 days a week, and what would my benefits be. And in the end, because I started thinking about what I've been talking about in my last few videos about needing to really start putting away for retirement, we could definitely have lived on that pay cut. Like, it wouldn't have killed us. But I decided, let me just keep going full time. I had a plan to keep going full time there for the next 5 years. And at that point, depending on how the economy was doing and how we were doing financially, the plan was for me to then be able to do part-time work. I had it all planned out. I had the next 5 years finances budgeted, planned out, and I was excited. And I've also been like more excited about my job due to more opportunities coming up, and you know, bigger programs to work on, and seeing some of my other customers grow, and you know, their accounts are getting bigger, and it's exciting to see that. And I have a really good relationship with every one of my customers, and I have like 6 or 7 accounts. So yeah, I've always had really good relationships with my customers and love seeing the vision come alive of what, you know, what they want to do with their apparel line. And, you know, it's very rewarding. I really enjoy what I do. I mean, there are obviously, you know, days where it's, what am I doing? I don't know what Oh, hold on. I suppose I could put I thought this was the eyeshadow. I have a liquid eyeshadow in here, but it's the L'Oreal blush. I'll go ahead and do the blush. I'm doing things a little out of order, but yeah, I just want it, like, this is a peach color. This is Dewy Worth It. It took me like 5 minutes to find the name of it. That's very pretty. Well, I could stop here. This made me feel better already. To top it all off, I got the news on Friday and my husband is out of town. I know I've had to go through this kind of alone all weekend of thinking, what are we gonna do? They did agree to let me work out the next 2 weeks, and they said that I would also get 2 weeks severance after that, which severance sounds so final, right? If they're planning to bring me back. I mean, I ain't gonna say no, I appreciate it, but it sounds a little harsh, to be honest. And, you know, I do believe that I do a good job there, and that it is not anything to do with me personally and my job and how my accounts have been doing. It's how the company is doing overall. And like I said, they did do this 2 years ago, and half of our staff was let go. I was fortunate to keep my job back then. The idea was to bring back people, but you know how it is. If people get laid off, they have to work. So they're gonna find another job, and you can't expect that people will still, A, want to come back after they've been laid off, or that they would be available to come back after they've been laid off, because they got to get a job. And that's the same situation with me. I need to work. I'm gonna use a little bit of this e.l.f. bronzer. I'm doing a very peachy look. I kind of did this look last year too. It's spring. Actually, it's the first day of spring. New beginnings, right? So then I think, well, you know, maybe I'll go all in on this channel, which I've been working at now for 3 years. Don't let anybody fool you into thinking that this is an easy job. Making videos is not easy. The process of actually recording them is probably the easiest part. Even that can be difficult with my menopausal brain, forgetting what I'm saying right in the middle. But you know, the recording part isn't that challenging, I would say, although sometimes it really is, especially if you're trying to get a particular shot. And I don't have any formal training, so I've just been learning as I go. One of the things that kind of makes me the saddest, well, there's a lot of things that make me sad about this, and I'm processing this. I don't know how I'm seeming. I probably seem like I'm making light of all of this, when the truth is I don't want to start crying again. Really the only time I've started crying is when I get on the phone with my husband. You know, because we're worried. We're worried about how we're going to pay our bills. I think I was saying something when I realized that my background maybe didn't look good. It maybe looked a little wrinkled, so I stopped what I was doing and fixed that. I was talking about, see, menopause. I was talking about how, you know, running a YouTube channel and making regular content is very challenging. It takes a lot of time, and there's a lot to learn, and it's an on-the-job learning, and you'll make a lot of mistakes. I've made lots of mistakes. I'm still making mistakes. Ooh, I do not like what this eyeshadow is doing. This is that Ilia, and it's like really flaking. Haven't used it in a while. Yeah, not my favorite. If I wasn't just laid off, I I would have been buying. Also, I'm doing a low buy year, so, you know, there's that, you know, but I really wanted to get some of those liquid eyeshadows. I don't remember the brands. Well, there's a few brands that have come out with some liquid eyeshadows, including Makeup by Mario. I'm not gonna do that. It's a good thing I'm doing a low buy year and that I've been really focused on that for the first 3 months of this year. I was trying to line this and it got too thick. That line got too thick. So it's the first day of spring, or at least yesterday was the first day of spring. And, you know, new beginnings, and I had a premonition a week ago. I know this is gonna sound weird, but we are part of another company and they're partners, and they're a Chinese company. They're a factory and huge mill, and, you know, have lots of resources in China. And they partnered with our CEO, and so they own half the company. And so whatever they do on their side isn't necessarily affecting what we do on our side, because they have their own budget. But they have an office in New York, and they laid off a couple of their logistics people. And I'm just like, these people have been with the company a really long time. Like, I'm talking like 20 years. And I was like, what in the world? Why are they that's incredible. Like, why are they laying people off? I just was like, am I gonna be next? And I said that to a couple of people. I said, am I gonna be next? Everybody's like, no. You know, that what they do doesn't affect us, because we're a different company, essentially. So I don't know, I just started thinking I should probably start updating my portfolio and my resume, and, you know, because you never know what's gonna happen. And we're living in such uncertain times, and, you know, we've been navigating the whole tariff situation. That's been so volatile with, you know, pricing for our customers changing all the time. And, you know, can we move production to Vietnam or Cambodia or, you know, various other places? And so anyways, I sort of had that feeling, and people said no. You know, people who were above my pay grade were like, no, but they're not the CEO, and he decided someone had to go, I guess. And for right now, it's me. And I am a senior designer there, and probably have the highest salary, which is probably why it was me, but it doesn't make sense. And the 4 people at my company that know, because all the rest of the people don't know yet, have all said that this doesn't make any sense. I agree with them. It doesn't make any sense. So I am waiting to see this week. They did agree to give me 2 weeks to finish up some of my work. Ooh, can feel myself getting emotional. So essentially I should have a month of income, but after that, no. So if you could like this video and subscribe, I'm sure my budgeting videos are going to become more prominent, and saving money and being content with what we have, all of those things. Which, by the way, I have a lot planned. I have a lot of videos planned in that genre. So now there'll probably be even more. I didn't think at this age, at 53, I would be facing this situation. And the thing that I'm gonna miss the most are the girls that I work with. We are a very tight-knit bunch. So I don't wanna talk about that too much, because I will definitely get emotional and start crying. And I'm sure they're going to, because my manager was crying. So I'm sure it's going to be a shock and a devastation to them when they find out, just as it has been to me. And we're already understaffed, so it'll be even harder for them to pick up all of my programs. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Let me just do a little setting spray. Oh, I didn't bring a sponge in here with me. I'll just use this. Pounce it in. I might highlight, but I think I'm gonna forgo highlight. I might put a little bit on my lid. I love this Sephora highlighter. And Sparkling Honey. I know I should have done this already. Just a little bit on my lid, just to brighten that up a little bit. Yeah, I think that added a little something. So I will keep you posted, obviously, and okay. Get it together, Robin. The one thing I know through all the internal work that I've done through the years is this too shall pass. And things that were very difficult ended up being blessings in the end. And I can track through my life things that have happened that were hard, that ended up providing other blessings. And I really believe that. And I feel like there's going to be a blessing in this, and I have to wait for that and just be still. Be still and know that this is happening for my highest good. And I can already see why some of the reasons would be for my highest good that this could happen. It's just right now, it's all the uncertainty of not knowing how we're going to pay our bills, much less retire or do the repairs to our house that we need to do or pay medical bills that come up. Whew. Okay, stop. I have another video to record after this. Whew. Okay. Well, like I said, I will list all the products that I used, and I thank you for being here. And you know, if you've been laid off recently or in the past, how did you get through it? And what blessing came out of it that you could clearly see that it was for your highest good? Well, until next time, it's like I always say, and finish all my videos this way. No matter what is happening, no matter what's going on in your life, I know that you're doing great. And I know that I'm going to get through this, and I'm going to get through this stronger. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and come along with me for the journey and lift each other up. Until next time.